All right, Caroline, we are live.
Hey, great.
Yeah. So, just a little bit of background. I'm Tanya, the founder of the Sunshine Real Estate Team, and I am doing a series with different industry experts. And I picked you today because I know you are an expert in the home warranty slash residential service contract industry.
Yeah,
So, I'm just going to go ahead and kick it off to you and have you just tell us a little bit about yourself.
sure. Well, I started out in the mortgage business and then evolved when layoffs were taking place way back when and evolved into the home warranty business, which I really love. I love working with realtors. I love working with clients and helping them with their claims and getting their house or saving them money on their house, I should say. So I've been doing this for over 10 years and I work in the San Antonio and surrounding areas, and I just love it.
Oh, awesome. I didn't realize that you were in the mortgage industry before.
I
That's
was
cool.
crazy.
Yeah, and why did you end up getting into it? Maybe I missed
You
that.
know, because the layoffs back then, it was like 2005, 2006, when the market was changing and subprime was out, and um, it was a good time to get out, but also forced out, I guess, because of the layoffs. So it worked out.
Nice. I'm
Yes.
I'm I'm just guessing here. Do you like it better than being in the
I
mortgage
like,
industry?
yes, mortgages is tough. It's tough. You don't always get the true story from everybody, and the changes that are always happening in the market in terms of the criteria that they have to, um, they have to get to in order to, I can't think of the word that I'm thinking of, but in order to qualify, that's it. The qualifying criteria sometimes changes, and that's difficult sometimes.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
This industry is definitely, it seems like it's more fun to me from the outside looking in than being
Right?
like a loan officer.
Yes.
So,
Yes. They have a tough job.
well, good. And so I guess we'll just go right into my first question, which is like, what exactly is a residential service contract?
Okay, so it's usually a 1 year contract. We do 2 years, we do 13 months, but what it is it's a residential service contract that helps with the repairs or replacement of the items in the home. And so those items are usually the four major systems in the home. So that's air conditioning, heating, plumbing, electricity. It also it's also includes all the built-in appliances in the kitchen. So that would be stove, dishwasher, microwave, disposal, hot water heater, and garage door opener. And then we have a bunch of options, Tanya, that they can add on. We have things like we have a washer, dryer, refrigerator. They can add on their pool. Maybe they have a septic or a well. Maybe they have a second refrigerator or a deep freezer, a wine cooler. All of those things can be added on. But the main things that are covered are those main four major systems in the home, along with the built-in appliances, water heater, and garage door opener.
Okay, that was one of my questions actually is are there different types of coverage or different levels?
There are. So we have a standard plan and we go all the way up to like our enhanced plus plan, it's called. And the differences in those plans are what's covered, how many things are covered. Maybe they want to add on washer, dryer, refrigerator. We have a plan for that. Maybe they want to have less out-of-pocket costs. So we have like a little reserve bank that they can have at the higher level to put money aside for those costs that are not covered by the warranty.
Oh, interesting. And what are those prices
That
range?
the highest plan range is the lowest. The standard plan starts at $510. Then our comprehensive plan is $620. That adds on about 30 more items than the standard plan. Then the enhanced plan is $715, and that includes washer, dryer, refrigerator as well. And then our enhanced plus plan is $855, and that includes those additional non-covered costs of $1,250. They have a little reserve bank, and it also includes enhanced pipe leak. So if they have a leak in their yard, if they have an expansion tank on their water heater, those types of additional items are on there. So it's nice to it's for those that plan is for somebody that says I want the best plan and the least out of pocket costs. And
Okay.
and maybe somebody is moving into a home where they know the AC is older and it may go out soon, and they want to get that best plan. So when those out of pocket costs do come up, they don't have to worry about the extra things.
Cool. And those are annual fees.
Yes, so that's annuals. That 855 is annuals along with the other ones as well.
Awesome. And do they have any advantages doing 2 years or?
They do. It's a discounted price for the 2 years, so that's nice if they want to do that.
Perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah, and kind of talking about that older AC, just a
Mhm.
hypothetical example, but what are there any type of requirements for them to get coverage? Like, say they bought a house that already had like an AC that wasn't working. Is there some sort of requirement, or can they just have somebody come out and get it covered?
Well, we don't have any requirements necessarily. We do ask that they do an inspection. I mean, we don't require an inspection, but in the state of Texas, it's optional. But we do suggest that they do an inspection, and at that inspection is going to bring up any of what we would call pre-existing conditions. So we don't cover pre-existing conditions, and pre-existing conditions are pretty much things that are broken and that need to be addressed before they close. So if they've got an AC that's not working or cooling properly, they want to get that addressed by an HVAC professional prior to closing. Once we take over the contract, once the contract starts with us, everything needs to be in good working condition at the time the contract starts. And then we repair, replace things from normal wear and tear after the contract starts.
Awesome. Yeah, and that kind of leads into the next question, which is, do you recommend that buyers get inspections prior to
Absolutely.
buying?
Absolutely. It just even if the seller is selling it as is, meaning that they're not going to do any repairs, they should get that inspection done just so they know what they're getting into. And again, it's going to alleviate any pains that they're going to have um, with those pre-existing conditions.
Okay, makes sense. That's
Yeah.
good. Always good advice. And then, is it just for buyers, or do you also work with sellers? Like, would they
We
ever
do
get to do that?
sellers. What we do is we have sellers coverage. So this coverage would go on during the listing period. So once the home is listed, the coverage goes on, and if anything comes up, maybe at the inspection or while they're still living in the property and they need to put a claim in, they can do that. The way it works with us is that they would pay $75 at closing on top of whatever plan they're paying for the buyer. So we ask that the sellers consider buying a plan for the buyers that are moving in, and that way they can be covered during the time it's on the market as well. So it's a nice little feature.
That is cool.
Yeah.
And so, in either scenario, maybe it's different, but just to give another example situation, what would I do if I had a contract with you guys and the water heater stopped working? Like, what does that process look like?
Great question. What they do is we have a 1-800 number, or they can go to our website, which is homewarranty.com, and they can put a claim in there. And what we do is we take the claim and we assign the vendor to come out, and that vendor contacts the homeowner. The homeowner schedules a time that's convenient for both of them to meet, and the vendor would come to the property. They would fill out a report and then send the report to Fidelity. Fidelity would authorize the work to be done. We would call the homeowner, tell them this is what we found, this is what we're going to cover, and then they would schedule a follow-up appointment to be able to repair it or replace the system that's broken.
Nice. And the seller, I'm guessing, doesn't need to have, like in that situation, they don't need to have an inspection prior to being
No,
covered.
nope, nope.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then is there a fee involved with the
Yeah.
service?
Yes, a service call fee is $85 each time a vendor comes to the property. So if it's a plumber or electrician or an HVAC technician, it'd be $85 for each time they came out.
And does that change with the different levels that you mentioned earlier, or
It always stays the same.
85? Awesome. Okay. Great. And then, kind of going back into what is covered, I know you mentioned quite a few things and how you can add other things on, but is there anything that's not included at all? Like that you
Yes.
just like don't even ask, right?
A lot of times people will think maybe their windows are included. Something might happen to a window. We don't cover sprinkler systems. So if something happens to the sprinkler system, that's not covered as well. Those are the two questions I get asked the most is sprinkler systems and windows.
Okay, that made me think of another question is what is like a most frequently asked question that you get other than maybe what's covered, but just in general from other people that have a service warranty?
Yeah, I think the claims that we get, I think that we'll turn it around a little bit and say the most claims that we get are on air conditioning and hot water heater. So a lot of times people will call in and ask about those items because those seem to be the things that break the most. But we don't, we I don't. My main questions from homeowners are just how much and when will they be here and can you help me set up a claim and those things, which I can easily answer anytime anyone has a question.
Nice. Yeah, that's super helpful, and that's what maybe you don't know, but is there like any silly scenarios that have happened to you with people calling that you weren't able to help with, or like that was kind of like a silly reason for calling? Have you seen anything?
I'm trying to think. Someone called me yesterday and it wasn't covered, but I can't think what the item was. It's just something that's not covered. Like, oh, what did that guy say? Ask me about. He just asked me yesterday about something that wasn't covered, and maybe it was maybe that he didn't have coverage for something, and that's important to think about. So if it may have been his water softener, and sometimes that's if they don't get coverage for things that they think they have coverage for. So say maybe they bought the standard plan and they didn't add on for washer, dryer, refrigerator. They might call in for the refrigerator, and then they are disappointed to find out that they didn't get coverage for that. And once the homeowners do close, they have 30 days to add any additional coverage that they would like to add. So if they think of, if they just want to get a standard plan and they think about it afterwards and they want to add on, they can easily do that up to 30 days after closing.
Okay, that's good. Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Nice. If you're living in the house and realize you forgot something or whatever the case.
right, right.
Very cool.
Mhm.
Well, I always tell the story about whenever I'm telling my buyers about whether they need a home warranty or not, I tell them to make sure that there's something wrong with the item before calling because
Right.
I had called on my very first house because like it looked like there was an issue with the shower and like
Mhm.
there was water coming down from the ceiling. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like I better call my home warranty. And then come to find out there was like a little spray leak in the shower and it was going up into the ceiling and coming
Oh,
down.
wow,
And
wow.
so yeah, that was a silly use of, $75 at a time.
Tanya, I just remembered what that gentleman called me about this morning. He was calling about the dryer vent. So we don't cover the dryer vent. And he said that
Mm.
his clothes weren't getting dry. And and I said, well, we don't cover maintenance. And that's something that we need to reiterate to homeowners is that we don't like change the filters on your AC or clean out the dryer vents. So he was going to call and see if the dryer vent people could come out, clean it out, and then see if that helped. And if not, he was going to call me back about getting coverage for his dryer because that was what the issue was.
That's a great point because that kind of gives me another question is what like or how important is it to do maintenance like around the house? Like those are
Ah,
items clearly aren't
yeah,
covered, right?
yes, and yes. So sometimes when the AC technicians come out, they will see that maybe the coils are dirty on the AC system, so, and they haven't been cleaned in maybe 5 years or so. So that's something that's important for the homeowners to do, so that they can we can service it properly. We can't do it if it's not cleaned.
Interesting. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Well, cool. And then another thing that I was curious is how do you work with realtors?
Okay. Well, usually I meet with realtors and try to inform them on the options that they have for their buyers. And we discuss the different plans. And then they sometimes will have me talk to their clients just to say, hey, you know what? I was able to negotiate, say, $800 for the home warranty. And could you customize a plan for our homeowners who are looking to use that money to the best of their advantage and get the most out of what the seller is paying for? So just try to be available. I try to answer my phone anytime I can, through emails, text messages, any way I can communicate with somebody. I get back to them as soon as possible so that we can move on to the next buyer.
Yes, awesome. I know I love working with you because you're super helpful when I need to place an order like last minute. I'm like, hey. forgot to place an order. So
Yes.
that's really great to have you in my corner. And I know that there are quite a few competitors out there, right? There's tons of home warranty companies when it comes to picking. So how are you different from the competition?
Well, I feel like the way that I'm different is also because of my company. Our company has been around a very long time, over 30 years, and I feel like we're constantly evolving to do better with our customer service, improving our website, improving the products that we offer for everyone. And I feel that I have a little bit of advantage because I've been with the company for 10 years, that I'm able to navigate things a little easier than maybe somebody who hasn't been around as long. I have the advantage also of helping realtors more so than maybe somebody that's new, only because I know how to talk to the people at our company to get things covered. If there's a denial, we work with the realtors and the homeowners to make sure that we're covering every basis so that we can get that item covered. And I feel like my experience has really helped me to do that.
Yes, for sure. Well, that's one of the reasons I like working with you.
Yeah.
And how the last question that I had for you is what's your favorite thing about your job? Like what do you love most?
I love helping realtors and showing them that we can help them with a great product, and their clients are going to be happy when they use us, and they're going to get more referrals when they use us. And the clients are, if the clients are happy, then they want to refer more business to the realtor, and that's what makes my job great, because I get to go out and talk to a lot of different people. I think just helping realtors help their clients is the overall. Um, Thing that makes me love my job. And I think we have a great product and great programs and a great company. I mean, we're backed by Fidelity National Financial. So we're a strong company and hope to be around for many, many, many more years.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. I hope
The
so too.
the other thing I wanted to mention is that if somebody wants to put a warranty on their property now and they live in it, they can do that. We do have a 30-day waiting period for those who are not going through closing, but if they would like to put a warranty on their property, we can easily help them out with that as well.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm glad that you mentioned that because I forgot to ask. And I wanted to check and see if that was an option. So that's super good to know because you never know. Sometimes people are just tired of having to deal with, their issues around the house and paying for
Absolutely.
stuff.
Absolutely. And another thing I wanted to mention is we have a new construction home warranty as well. So if somebody is
Mm.
buying a new construction property, our warranty would take over after the builder's warranty. It's a 4-year warranty that is around $700, and it's for the things that we mentioned before: air conditioning, heating, plumbing, electricity, all the built-in appliances in the kitchen, hot water heater, and garage door opener. So that one price of around $700 is good for 4 years.
Wow, that's great. Oh my
Yes,
gosh. Well, I mean, because the new builds typically end after 2 years, so that's
right,
perfect.
right, right.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So most importantly, how can people get in touch with you? I'm going to put it in the comments
Oh
here.
my, you can easily email me, text me, call me, but my phone number is 210-259-5798.
And then I know you always say it whenever we get together, but your website?
Our website is homewarranty.com. I think it's so easy and simple. If you go onto the internet and you put in homewarranty.com, sometimes a lot of other things pop up, but please look for the original one, the OG of home warranties.
The OG, been around for the longest. How long did you say the company has
Oh,
been around?
like over 35 years.
Oh, wow.
Yes, yes.
That's wild. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate your time, Caroline, and I hope to see you real soon. And then hopefully, we provided some value to people looking into either getting a home warranty or just having questions. What is a home warranty?
Yeah.
All
If
the
they're
things.
now and they want to switch, they can easily do that. Or if they have a question or a problem, feel free to reach out and give me a call.
Sounds good. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. I know you have an event later.
All right, thanks a lot.
Bye. Thank you.